Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2026 Spring Championship Week here at Potomac Curling Club. This is Robert Young, somebody who actually thinks he knows what he's talking about for curling but has a personality and wants to make jokes online. I'll be doing this for the next 4 hours today. Today we will be showcasing the Thursday Open League Finals. We will have all 4 sheets in play. We will have 2 streams going. Our AD stream is going to be hosting the C event and D event finals, which will have a Hare versus Racusin on sheet A for the C event, and on sheet D for the D event, we'll have Stafford-Walter versus Nist. On sheets B and C, we will have our main events. Sheet C will be hosting the B event final. We'll have Team Sealy versus Graybeards, and on sheet B, we will have the A event finals, where we will have Team Schlanger versus Team Mulvey. This is going to be for the championship belt. This is the league with all the fun belts, and as a 3-time winner of the belt myself, I'm holding on to it for a little bit longer because I was able to play for it in the fall, and I'm going to hold on to it for 2 more hours until someone takes it from me, if possible. So, well, if possible, I don't want to, I don't want to lose this just yet.
Yep, can't hurt it.
And then we've got Stafford-Walter will be playing the yellow rocks. So we swap those. Looks like Sealy will be playing the red rocks, so we're good on those. And we're still waiting for the B event, so we've had a very successful year this year. We are finishing up our season. Friday will be the last set of league finals that we will have in play. On Saturday, we will have the annual Fling It, which is a 3 and under internal bonspiel that we have for all of our newer curlers to showcase their skills one last time before the end of the season. And then we will have our fun ice-destroying event on Sunday, which breaks my heart. However, there will be keg curling, and I, as a former Plainfielder from Plainfield, New Jersey, the hometown, the home origins of keg curling, I'll be doing some keg curling on Sunday. I'm excited for that one. So, I wish it was cake curling. There is a video that's circulating on, there's a group out of California then invited a couple California curlers to see if it curls, and one of them was a 3-tiered cake, and it curled, but it was also precarious. Oh, good Lord. All right. I would like to point out that we actually have some pretty cool looking attire on sheet D. So our 2 newer curlers from the Lone Star Curling Club out of Texas who joined us this year, Anthony and Don, created a cool cherry blossom jacket that is green, and the cherry blossoms have this peach color, and it's got a lot of bats. But I was hesitant on the color combination. It looks really cool. I like it. But if you're interested in jackets and apparel, 2 teams that we have here at the Potomac Curling Club will be going to the 5 Internationals. One of the teams are going to be selling as a part of a fundraiser, they're designed for their jackets that they have in their uniforms. So if anyone is interested in the cherry blossom blue to pink jerseys that you might have seen Team D wear, those are what we're going to have for the fundraiser. So definitely check out, reach out to any of the members on that team. No problem. Lena Hornland is a great person to talk to about getting those jackets, so check them out. I am bathing. I'm vaping. Is it vaping? Vaping? I'm vaping. No, vamping. That's what I thought. I'm vamping right now because I have a bit where I do not talk about Leeds Rocks. So, I've been threatened that I have to, but I have a bit. I have to maintain broadcast integrity. As all good curling broadcasts know, Leeds Rocks are where we talk about other things, like keys of the game, sponsors. Well, I've known you want to do all season, so I mean, like, I'm finally giving you a reason now. I am being threatened. Help, I need an adult. All right, so we are now starting to actually care about what's going on the ice right now because the leads are done. All right, so I'll be focusing on commentary on sheets B and C, and I'll be doing updates for A and D on the main stream. But if you have any questions on who is winning or the scores on A and D, it has a separate broadcast for it. It's looking like on sheet B for our main events, everything's keeping it nice and open. No guards in play. Looks like there's going to be a nice hit and stick here for Sahana for Team Schlanger. Keep the house not really open so much as keeping everything at least split. On sheet C, got a couple guards in play for the B event. And unfortunately, it looks like just a heavy attempt on the draw there for the Graybeards. But Graybeards does sit shot rock in the back of the tee, so... Nope. Yep. Team Schlanger is skipped by Dave Schlanger, who was the runner-up last night in our competitive league championship game, Team Schlanger versus Team Dunham. A magnificent game, came down to the last rock. You can't hate the fight that was seen on the ice, and it's also on the stream as well, so feel free to take a look at that on the VODs. I definitely suggest checking it out. It was a fun game to be a part of and a fun game to watch. So nice hit, gonna overroll just a hair on Mulvey's stone here. Dave sweeping it out. I wonder if it's gonna be biting around a little bit. Looks like from my point of view, nope, just past the back line. Giving an opportunity for Sahana to just draw into the wings to split the house. So after trading some hits where the first one hit and stick for Mulvey and an unfortunate miss for Team Schlanger, I think the call now for Tanya Mulvey for Christy Bellefontaine will be just hitting. Ideally, it's going to be a hit and roll to try to cover up their shot rock. That's all. Looks like it probably be like a downweight hit. They hit and stick, they'll still be 1-2. They'll still be one with a guard. So it's either going to be just hit on either side, either roll on or try to get coverage on their shot rock. On sheet C, a little up on that draw attempt. It's looking good though, just needs to curl a bit. Good draw to sit 1-2 for Team Sealy. But everything's in the back of the tee line right now, so it'll give Graybeards an opportunity to freeze down to it, right in the top of the back four, or do the double. Sarah for Team Schlanger being asked to do the hit. Sahana doing an excellent job trying to keep it out there. Looks like they might be making contact. They just need to keep sweeping it a little bit more. They make contact. Gets a good roll. Schlanger back to sitting 2 in the house. But just like on sheet C, everything behind the tee line right now. So you can hit, you can freeze. A lot of options for Team Mulvey, who does better to assert their skip shocks, but also does not have hammer here. Attempt from Tanya on her first skip rock to try to hit and roll. They stuck around, didn't get the roll that they wanted. They are sitting second shot now, giving Dave an opportunity to do another hit and stick there. So shifting our attention over to sheet C, the way that this is lined up, it looks like it's going to probably end up being a draw attempt to sit frozen to that back red. Ideally, sitting top of the 4 foot would be really great right now, because if you ever freeze to that back red, you run the risk of leaving a pocket. So I think the call here is just going to be drawing top 4. Center line would be great. If it's on the center line, it'll be difficult for them to get a proper double. However, this rock is hanging out just a little bit. And it's also a little up as well. This looks like it's going to be back line, and it's going to just push the red back. So they are sitting 2, but leaves Team Sealy a pocket to either draw into, or you can easily double it out. That angle looks like if you hit the yellow that's closest to the center line, if you hit it on the high side, on that center line side, it's probably going to double it and go right through that hole between the reds and the back house. Back to the B sheet. Looks like we are lining up here for another attempt on the hit and roll. So this is going to be Team Mulvey's last of the first end. Want to make sure they get a little bit of curl here. Looks like it's just hanging out from the warm room side. It'll be a nose hit. Just want to come back. The weight from the warm room looked really good. Nice clean control weight. The release looked good. It just floated out of it. So, and on sheet C, there's that hit attempt here for Chris. Gets the first and just rolls over. So they are sitting shot rock right now, and it could very well be a difficult hit to get the deuce here for Graybeards. Yeah, that is Mark on the ice trying to get my attention. I think he's worried that he's actually doing some sweeping out there. I don't know. Scared. He probably just wants a beer. It's Mark. 100%. All right, so it looks like we're going to have hammer shots away here on both sheets B and C. Dave Schlanger just going to get his draw weight in. Just needs to sit anywhere white rings to red will get him his deuce here. And for Graybeards, looks like it's going to be a draw attempt here for their single. And both hammers are now away. Sweepers aren't touching it on Dave's draw. While on sheet C, it looks like they need to make sure that they get some curl to get to that red, to get to the back red. Nice throw for Graybeards to get their single, but unfortunately the draw was just short on Schlanger, so we got a series of ones there for both the teams that had hammer. So while we are getting ready for the leads to throw their throw rocks on sheet B and C, our boards update for you all today. On sheet A, where we have our C event final, looks like Team Hare throwing the yellow rocks got themselves 3 on the board. And a nice little draw to the top 8 on the center line there to get started on their second end. On sheet D, our D event final, it appears that there's a blank on the board. Hey, we have a Thursday night blank for our D event. So it looks as Stafford-Walter will be retaining their hammer advantage here in the second end. Our boards reporting sponsored by Mindy Carlson, who has threatened to beat me up because I refuse to acknowledge leads rock. Sponsored by Mindy Carlson. Thank you, Mindy.
Wait, now you can switch handles. Go, sweep.
Oh, I love you too. That's the sign language for I love you, right?
I don't know.
So just to let you all know, if no one hears from me in the next 24 to 48 hours, 72 hours, please look for, well, she does write murder mysteries, so she probably would know where to store the body. No one would ever find me, nor would they care to. You'd be doing you'd be doing Potomac so much of a favor. Forever with this club. I just want to know, not only am I getting flipped off by Mindy Carlson, apparently Graybeards, who does not know what I'm actually saying about them, has decided to take an antagonistic approach to me. Both Mark and Hale have decided, you know what, let's just make Rob mad. They never asked me for They didn't like it. Oh, and we've got Ricky Moore here in the chat room. What that happened, then who would do the awesome commentary? That is an excellent question. Mindy, who would do the awesome commentary? Other people. So many people. So many other, plus probably people who know what they're talking about. That would actually be important. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just here to make people chuckle, I guess. I'm here to ignore the leads because if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to commit to the bit. All right, so on sheet B, we're starting our seconds Racusin, and wonderful placement by the leads. We've all watched that happen. I didn't need to say a thing. Look how wonderful that was. So for those of you who are listening, what you see on sheet B is known as the box setup. This is a really good setup that you'd want to have for those of you who are newer curlers and are trying to get a feel for strategy. When you set up a box like this is a great setup for those who have the hammer. You have a corner guard, and then when you start removing a lot of the red rocks in this case, the team that doesn't have hammer, you don't need to kill things with up weight like normal. You want to try to hit and then roll behind your corner guard. So this is a really good setup for those of you who are figuring out how to start curling or figuring out new strategy techniques or just basic strategy. This setup here is really great for yellow because it gives them something to hide behind their extra counters. This is not like they're not going to protect that yellow shot that's sitting top 12. They're giving them opportunities to pile more and more inside for at least a minimum of 2 at the end. And at the club level, we can throw the corner guards, but the question is going to be whether or not people know how to work with the corner guards. So Chris Seeley using his patented Swisher sweep on this. He looks like a dowsing rod trying to find water.
Push, 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 push.
Hit attempt here on sheet B was a hair wide. Hendrick displaying amazing technique on sweeping, who's one of our up and coming juniors who does a fantastic job, does competitive curling. Really has showed a lot of work along with Sahana, and on sheet B, on sheet A, Freya. Our juniors that are coming up are just coming up with some fantastic talent. I'm jealous, and I try to practice with them, and I will never be as good as them. Don't tell Hendrick I said that. Oh, wait, he's probably going to watch this. Damn it. Hendrick, if you listen, if you're listening to this in the future, that was a compliment. Nice sweep here for Sahana's second shot here. Want to try to get into the center line, though. Trying to get some curl on it. It's going to finish nicely here. And this is where that corner guard comes into play nicely here for Tanya. They can make an attempt at the shot rock, or they can hit that guard that was just placed and roll behind and just keep piling counters in there. So this is still a good setup for Tanya to work with. The question would be, what's the danger rock for them at this moment? So, oh, sorry, we just had a mishap. Somebody decided to drop the championship belt. Ben dropped the championship belt, everybody. Ben Peters. Ben Peters already plotting how to steal the belt, which now I have to hold it. I have to be the responsible adult here, which is a phrase that I don't like to say out loud. Responsible adult. So on sheet C here, got two guards in play here, but Team Graybeard sitting 1-2. They definitely want to get a guard up there. So Bruce being asked to put a guard up at the top. And Team Schlinger here on sheet B still happy just to throw that center guard, or at least no more than top 12 here. Yeah, I should not be allowed to have a camera phone. Guard was a bit on the wide side there. Great weight, but just really far out there, giving Team Mulvey an opportunity to hit and roll. They don't need to throw up weight here. Even board weight will work here. They want to either get a roll to the wing or the roll behind the yellow guards there. Oh, wonderful triple there. Seeing on sheet see Charlie from Alex. Wonderfully thrown there. That should be a highlight if we had the opportunity for me to go back and learn how to do highlights here. So on sheet B, after an attempt on the hit that just ended up going right through the house, we're going to have Sarah, we're going to have Sarah doing another centerline guard here, and Bruce on sheet C trying to hit and flop over behind. Mark's on it to hold it out there. Mark doing a great job sweeping. He will need a beer after this, that is for sure. Nice hit for Bruce on sheet Charlie. And here on sheet Bravo, weight's looking like probably going to end up being back 12. Back 12 weight. Sitting 1-2 wouldn't be bad. You don't want to leave a pocket. Oh. So ended up being just back button, back T-line. And Tanya brooming for a nice upweight hit here for the double for Christy Belafontaine. Real good attempt there at the double. They ended up getting the one that was not on the button. So they got the single takeout, but just pushes the red to be behind the center line guard. So Dave's just going to be brooming a nice little control weight hit and roll to behind their guard. Looks like there was some communication on the sweep from Connor to Tanya, and then laughter ensued. So apparently jokes all about on sheet Bravo. Let's see if anyone's talking on the AD stream here. Oh, a lot of emojis on the AD stream. Sheet A, that's a big game. I agree. That's 6 people watching that one. That's great. So John Hale on sheet Charlie throwing his first skipped rocks without hammer. Going to try to draw behind or freeze to that red shot rock. And then on sheet Bravo, Dave here trying to get some curl on his hit. It'll just probably clip. Nice hit, rolls to B, second shot. All right. So they're sitting, sorry, not second shot, third shot. So they're sitting 1-3 right now. Tanya needs to figure out how to make a play at that red rock, because that red rock's nicely guarded right in front of it. So this will be her first with hammer this end. So the idea, I think, is probably going to be, wondering if it's going to be board weight to try to make a play at the shot rock, and then if she ever over curls, she can clip the guard, and that'll just force Schlanger to put the guard back up. Good attempt there, just needs to curl a little bit more. Clips their second shot. So looking at Sheet Charlie now, Team Sealy sitting 1-2-3 with the first and second shots behind the tee line. So it'll be another attempt from John Hale to just draw onto any one of the two back right. They don't want to over curl into that space pocket there, so just freezing onto that back shot rock is probably the goal here. They don't want to bounce too much either. So. And Dave Schlanger getting ready to throw his last on sheet. Bravo. Ideally would probably be top 8. They sit full 8 right behind that guard. That's going to be a headache for Tanya for her hammer throw on the second end. So looks like John's draw attempt just was a little heavy, clips a shot, and this will just probably be a downweight hit for Chris Sealy. They hit it nice. They can get a 4 spot here. And on sheet Bravo, just overthrew the draw a bit, but they are sitting 1-2. And from my angle here, the only real way that Team Mulvey can get a deuce is going to be an angle run. So I think this is going to be a draw attempt here, or just at least a nose hit on that second shot will get them their single for the end. So in sheet Charlie, here is the hammer throw here from Team Sealy. Just needs to make sure clean hit on that yellow to sit 4. Sweepers are on it. And we got Alex striking the single ladies pose as he's calling the line. Nicely thrown there for Team Sealy to get their 4 on the second end. I am very impressed with Alex throwing the single ladies out there. He was angled like this. I had to explain to a Gen Xer what the single ladies pose is. And on sheet Bravo with the hammer, sweepers are staying close, but line's looking good. It just snaps at the end, over curls just enough, so it's just going to be a single steal for Schlanger to go up 2-0 after 2 ends of play. So in our boards update on sheet A and D, we are in third end here for both A and D. Sheet D started a little bit ago, started with a blank, and still waiting to find out what happened in the second end. There hasn't been a score yet on D, so really nice for sheet D to put up a score. And on sheet A, they're starting their third end, so we'll find out what the score was for Team Racusin. Racusin or Racusin?
It's always going to be curled. Mine's not too bad.
Racusin. I've been saying it wrong this entire time, unless Ben's messing with me. We know what our partner's last name is. Racusin. I like both. We can alternate. On the even ends, it'll be Racusin. On the odd ends, Racusin. Got it. And it looks like in the second end, they tied things up. They themselves got a 3-point swing on there. So sheet A tied things up 3-3. And I am trying telepathically to get sheet D to post a score. Oh, I found out there's another blank in this. No one wants to score on sheet D, which is impressive. Also, has anyone seen Tanner? Where's Tanner? I don't know where Tanner's at. He was on the ice and he immediately vanished, so I don't know where Tanner is at the moment. Mindy finally figured out why we were making... He's next to Ned Flanders. So a whole lot of leads are out there, so let's just go to our sponsors here. Ben Peters. Thanks for the sponsorship, buddy. I don't know. The leads are doing a great job sweeping. We'll talk about shot placement afterwards. We'll go to our commercial break. I should just get like some lo-fi beats to play in the background during the lead rocks. Yes, they do. However, but they're never on television, so why should I talk about them? No, they never do. I keep forgetting that Ben Heber actually throws rocks. John Landsteiner would probably, first off, if he's bored enough to listen to a Thursday night broadcast or any of my broadcasts on here making fun of Leeds rocks, but he also knows because no one talks about Leeds rocks ever.
Yes! Hard!
If anyone decides to find John Landsteiner or any other lead and say, you know what, there's this guy at Potomac named Rob Young, you know him, he's the one that you get selfies with all the time because he's a nerd. Yeah, he won't talk about Leeds rocks. They'll probably be like, yeah, that sounds about right.
If we hit a guard, we hit a guard.
Somebody on the chat says, Ben said to give him the belt. Are you employing people to go to the chat room? No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
You would never, but apparently it's right there.
Yes, Hare!
It's right there. Listen, I'm currently wearing the belt. If you don't believe me, check my Instagram. I may have put it on my stories, but I'm wearing the belt right now because I'm trying to enjoy it for a few more minutes. Racusin, we have it. It is Racusin. Great job, Ben. You don't get the belt because you said it correctly. Great job, Lena, though. But Lena did the work. Don't say that. Don't admit that though, because that makes you look bad. Just say you figured it out. You're great.
Whoa! Whoa!
So on sheet Bravo, we're looking like a wide open sheet here. Just trading hits. No guards in play. Sahana did an excellent correction here from their last hit here. So hit, stick. Slinger sitting one at the finishing of the second rocks here. We're going over to sheet Charlie right now. On Charlie, looks like we got our corner guard and a lot of action being played in that direction. With Graybeard's sitting shot.
Yeah.
And looks like they're sitting shot and third at the moment.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
And it looks like the call is going to be control double. Get rid of both the red that they just that was just thrown as well as the yellow, because that yellow is not helping them at the moment. In fact, it's definitely hurting them. So just a control hit double. That way they can sit the yellow on top of that in front of the T line rather than having to deal with that yellow that's behind it. Does, however, look like it looked a little wide, but now they're calling for the straight, so it's moving a lot here.
Yep.
Looks like it's going to just squeak by the guard. Oh, just an extra motion at the end of it. Results in still Graybeard sitting shot rock as well as third and fourth shot. I do appreciate the level of engagement that we are getting in our chat room. It's fantastic. I'm not giving Ben the belt. I wonder if they're saying anything on the AD stream. Oh, wow. Hey, commenter guy, on sheet A, what team is Ted on? Ted Halleck is playing on team Hare, yellow rocks on sheet Alpha. Tall dude, green hat, can't miss him. Okay, Mindy Carlson. Would you please leave the AD stream? I'm going to tell your son you left his stream for half a second to antagonize me more.
Yes! Straight!
Thanks, commenter guy. You're welcome. I like the AD stream. They look like they're having fun in the chat room. Hey Ben. Hey Ben. Would you like to wear the belt?
The line's pretty good.
What? How? Win it. Well, wear it in 10 more months. I love the AD chat. We like to have fun. I am glad that the AD chat likes to have fun. While on the BC chat, it's just a lot of antagonizing the commenter. So after a couple trading of hits and missing a rollout on sheet Bravo, looks like we have Christy Bellefontaine hitting and rolling. And I believe now Team Slinger is sitting one without Hammer. So splitting the house is an option, going to the top floor is an option. Button draw. I actually kind of like the button draw. Always nice to get your skip, getting comfortable throwing draw weight. Always a plus here. So I think Dave here is just going to call for a draw to top four at the start of his skips rocks on sheet Bravo without Hammer. And on sheet Charlie, we are finishing up Vice's rocks here. Looks like Team Graybeards are sitting 1 and 3 with all the action behind the tee line except for a biter favoring Graybeards here. So I think what they're trying to do here, they're trying to go for a hit on that back red, but it just did not want to snap over at all. So just through the uprights for Bruce's last here, giving Team Sealy an opportunity to deal with the yellows in the back of the house. What is it with Graybeards? This is the third person on Graybeards giving me crap. This one's decided he's going to make sure he shows me he's cleaning his gripper. By the way, if you're a curler, please make sure you clean your gripper or replace it because it's the end of the season. Buy a new gripper. Just order it now, and then in 10 months, we might get them. If you know anybody going to Canada, just give them a lot of money and say, pretty please. Nice to see Dave Slinger getting that draw weight. So right back button is beautiful here. So Tanya's going to be ideally trying to get a hit and roll. Looks like she wants to do the flop to the viewer's left-hand side to try to get a jam onto that, set up a potential jam on two yellows on the left-hand side. So here's Tanya Mulvey on sheet Bravo throwing the first of her skips rocks with hammer, though. Goal here is this going to be hitting and sticking or flopping over to the viewer's left-hand side. Shifting our attention to sheet Charlie. It looks like looks like John Hale throwing his first with hammer here. Attempting to just tap the two reds that are sitting in the back of the house, just tapping it back to sit 1-2. Looks a little tight on the line from my perspective, and Bruce is calling for the sweep right now. Needs to make sure that it doesn't overcurl here. Calling for the sweep to get at least a piece of it. Looks like it's going to get a piece. It did just not a big enough piece. Curled a lot more than I expected on that one, but I think it was just a hair on the narrow side coming out of the hack. And on sheet Bravo, Dave Schlanger throwing his last. It's supposed to be a hit, but it's just hanging out there. It needs to snap a little bit. Looks like it might get a little contact and rolling. All right, so something interesting here on sheet Bravo. Tanya's got hammer. Red is sitting shot. The question is whether or not they think that that yellow is biting. And it looks like they're angling it in a way that they're gonna go for the hit and roll into the rings. From my point of view, that yellow that's sitting in the back left view of for the viewers, that looks like it might be biting, but you probably needs a biter bar on that. But it looks like it's going to be, it's either going to be a hit and roll in, or it's going to be a peel for a blank, one of the two.
And let him throw this out. I think he's going to hang. He's got a bear. If it doesn't, I'm here. Even if it doesn't.
Good conversation from Team Mulvey there to make sure they know what the hit is. And confidence from Henrik to make sure that if it's going to hang a little bit or it's going to overcurl a little bit, he's there for her. So here's hammer for Tanya Mulvey on sheet Bravo. At the same time, you got hammer being thrown on Charlie by John Hale. Looks like they're going to make contact on Bravo and get the roll on sheet Charlie. Needs to make sure that they get enough curl and make sure they have the legs to do it. Weight's looking solid for the single for Hale for Graybeards. So great draw for their single on sheet Charlie, and there was no measure, so it looks like it was a deuce on the board for Team Mulvey. Get ourselves a tie game on sheet Bravo. And after 3 ends of play on sheet Charlie, Team Seeley up 4-2. Shifting our attention to the party stream, our boards commentary here. Looking over at y'all on sheet AD. Well, hello, everybody. Yell at Ted. I'm being made fun of by somebody on the ice about wearing the belt. So it looks like on sheet Alpha, there is a score of a steal of 2 on the board for Racusin, going up to a 5-3 lead after 3 ends of play. And on sheet D, it looks like they decided they wanted to score, so it looks like there's a 2 for Stafford-Walter, taking a 2-0 lead on sheet D. And while leads are doing their business, we're going to go ahead and go to a commercial break. now that we're back from our commercial break, we're going to start paying attention to what's really going on the ice right now. Nice setup here for Team Mulvey, getting themselves a center guard and something to the top forward, and a nice little high guard. So nice placement here for Team Mulvey. Team Schlanger sitting second shot in the back 12 foot, going to start peeling, and Sahana loves to getting to throw peel weight. So we're going to start seeing the guards getting peeled here. Possibility for a double if she hits it just right. And on sheet Charlie, we do have ourselves a stagger locked on situation here that Ken Clark being asked just to get rid of him. I've seen Ken recently throw a 7-second peel, so fortunately it looks like it's going to be a hair on the wide side. Are they going to move? Nope, just a little wide. So the placement still favoring Graybeard, being called just to put a center guard or guards right on that center line there. Nice peel attempt from Sahana to get the high guard removed. And Team Mulvey wanting to put the guard back. Supers are saying that it's a 2-guard. Hendrick being asked just to start curling it over. Not getting to the center line, but it's good weight for a guard there. So good guard for Team Mulvey, and on sheet Charlie, just a overthrow on the top 12 weight. They are going to sit in the back in one of the most annoying rocks that you can have, which is just overlapping that back line, but they are sitting 1, 2, 3. So, and Chris Seeley asking Ken Clark just to go ahead and make another attempt at getting rid of the yellows at the top of the house. For those of you who are watching the AD stream, there is a theme on sheet Delta. Apparently, Team Nist has decided they are going as uniforms from their bonspiels they had this year. They've played as a team throughout the season at different events, and they've dressed up in uniforms that use for different bonspiels. So the Chiefs hockey jersey, somebody dressed up as Ned Flanders, the Vice wearing one of their Buzzkill shirts, and then I don't know where their fourth is, but I was told that their fourth was dressed up as Waldo. If only I knew where he was. If it sounds like I'm trying too hard to be funny, that would be correct. Thank you for laughing at my bad jokes, Lena. Mainly because you have no choice. I am loud as hell. The eye contact helps. Christy Belfontaine throwing a guard here. They kind of find that same path that Connor found earlier. It's not getting to the center line enough. If they can wick off of this guard, they might be able to roll onto the center line from this perspective. Just didn't have enough weight to it. You could see a large majority of that yellow shot rock from the hack. So Sarah being asked just to throw control weight, hitting and sticking, or hitting on the high side so they don't remove that back yellow, the back red, I mean. Will give Schlanger an advantage here. So this will be Sarah's first for the fourth end here. And we're going to have a clearance attempt here on sheet Charlie. So an over curl on the hit attempt here for Team Schlanger. They are still setting second shot. And it looks like Tanya happy to put a center line guard back. While on sheet Charlie, the clearance didn't get both of the yellows going. And now Bruce Black for Graybeards being asked to throw draw topping. I'm quite impressed with the level of pace that Sheet D has been playing at. They are already in their fifth end, and rather stout fifth end for Team Nist, who ended up taking 5 in the fourth end. So we have a 5-2 ball game on sheet, or yeah, a rock game that we have on sheet Delta. And Chrissy Bellefontaine's guard's a little deep. It still covers things up on the shot rock. Schlinger happy to throw the attempt of the raised double. A lot of love on sheet on the AD stream for Team Hare on sheet Alpha. You gotta love it. Good sweep from Sahana on sheet Bravo. Didn't get the double, but they did end up popping out that guard. So Tanya Mulvey throwing her first without hammer this end. Ends up probably just going to be another draw, another guard attempt. Keep protecting the one that they have. Force Team Schlinger to make a play at it. Watching the the guard attempt here on sheet Bravo, they're following the same path, but they're managing to get more curl on it than less. Usually, when you wear the same path down, you don't get as much action on it, and I'm just surprised that they are getting a lot of curl there. So that's really impressive. Throwing that same line, just getting more curl to it rather than less. So Tanya getting the guard there, just biting top 12. Dave can be lining up the double here, but the fact that it's just lined up nicely here, it'll be needed to be at an angle, and they won't be able to keep their red around for it. So Dave Schlinger throwing his first with hammer here soon. Just going to be an attempt at the double here. And on sheet Charlie, Chris Seeley prepping his first skips rocks with hammer. Looks like it's going to be control weight hit on the wide open shot rock for yellow. Ideally, if you want to just pass, like squirt by the guard a little bit, squeak by the guard a little bit, and nose hit, they can stick around for shot rock and force Graybeards to make a play at it themselves. All right, on sheet Bravo, Dave Schlinger shots away here. Sahana on it just to make sure they get to nose. Weight's looking good. Staying close. Are they going to get it? They make contact, and they get the double. Nicely thrown and well swept. That was a great team shot, great line call as well from Sarah. Unfortunately, it does leave a center guard that Tanya can still get behind. So I think they're going to throw the exact same path as they have been, but they just need to get on the center line anywhere in the house, and they've got backing to work with. So really well thrown, really good result, but keeping that on that center line as a guard does make things a little bit more of a headache for Dave's last, depending on Tanya's next shot. Nice hit attempt on sheet Charlie by Chris Seeley to sit shot rock right now, but it is wide open still. So Graybeards will have an opportunity here to just push the red back to sit 1-2. This will be Hale's last shot. This will be a hammer shot here on Charlie. Wait, I'm missing that, sorry. It is not. This is the fourth end. This is Hale's last for Graybeards. Weight's looking a little up, but it's starting. Nice curl there. Needed to come over a little bit more. They got the takeout, but the roll, it'll give Team Sealy opportunity to blank the end here with the hit. However, Team Sealy could also get the one here. They're still going to be up 3, so a blank's really great to retain the hammer advantage, but sitting 1 still gives them a 3-up lead halfway through the game. Nice draw by Tanya Mulvey. Great attempt on the directional sweeping from Henrik. Unfortunately, weight was good. It does leave it wide open for a hit for Schlinger. They don't need to kill it. Control will do it, so they want to make sure they hit, avoid the jam on the back, and keep their shooter. As long as Dave hits on the high side, or if you look at the center of a rock, the center of the rock, we call it the nose. If you say on the high side, it means on the side that you're throwing, that's on the high side of the nose. And if you cross the nose, that just means that you're just crossing it on the path of on the curl. I have apparently done everything. So just a heads up for those of you who are Potomac fans or Potomac Club members, we do have a couple boxes of water bottle misprints. These are really nice water bottles, but unfortunately some of the etching is upside down. I like the one that's upside down. But the water bottles will be $10 a piece. All of the money will go into the floor fund, also known as Rob's future burial plot, according to Minnie Carlson. Listen, I've been irritating you all year. But if anyone's interested, during the fling, during Friday night, we still have some curling on Friday night, but please consider taking some of the water bottles. They are $10 a piece. All the money will go to our floor fund. And unfortunately, the hit attempt from Dave just over-curled. The weight looked really good. They just needed a bit more line. But it ended up being a steal of 1 for Team Mulvey, so well thrown for Tanya's last. And it'll be a steal of 1 for Mulvey. After 4 ends of play, we'll have a 1-point advantage. Okay, Mindy Carlson just said she has Riz. I hope she never says that again. Yeah. Yeah. All I heard was Mindy Carlson said, I have Riz, and I hope she never says it again. Going to our board sheets here, it looks like we have ourselves a game on sheet A where Team Hare got a score of 2 in the 4th end. So after 4 ends of play, we have a tie game on sheet Alpha. On Bravo, it's a 3-2 game in favor of Team Mulvey. On sheet Charlie, looks like Team Graybeards has decided to go, I'm sorry, not decided. So it looks like Team Sealy ended up getting the blank in the last end, so they're going to retain the hammer advantage. And then on sheet Delta, 5-2, still favoring Team Nist. But like I said, they're moving at a quick clip here. So while sheet Bravo, sheets B and C are just now starting, sheet Delta is already on Skip Rocks.
Got the whole thing? Okay. Pick it
don't mind half.
So our mid-game break here, sponsored by the 5 and Under fundraising efforts by Team D for their 5 and Under Nationals. If anyone's interested in purchasing the 5 and Under uniform by Team D, which is a Fox Glide blue jacket with cherry blossoms on it, you can reach out to Lena Hornland for information about the curling jacket at $120. There's also a hoodie option for $65, and then the jersey T-shirt for $40. These are including shipping from the United Kingdom. We are currently, my team is actually ordering something from Fox Glide. They are an amazing company. The other team that's representing us for the 5 and Unders, they also purchased Fox Glide as well. They are an amazing company that we really love here. So if you're interested, reach out to Lena directly. There are flyers at the club while we still have a couple more days before we close and do the very sad melting of the ice for this season. Thank you for sponsoring us, Lena. Looks like we are now on seconds rocks here on both Bravo and Charlie. Got a couple corner guards set up here on sheet Bravo with Team Mulvey sitting in the back 12, and on sheet Charlie, got a lot of center guards that are favoring Graybeards right now. Unfortunately, a hit attempt here from Ken Clark's over curling a little bit. They're going to get the one. It might possibly run back into that shot rock. Just over curled enough. So hits the guard, kind of replaces it. With Graybeard sitting one behind, they're probably going to end up hitting that on the wing and rolling towards the center line here. And Team Mulvey putting a center line guard up there, so nice control from both Team Mulvey and Team Graybeards on sheet B and C. Shifting our attention to sheet Delta. Sheet Delta is on Skip's rocks right now. It feels like we're about ready to have the hammer being thrown. And it looks like Trevor Stafford-Walter is facing 2 red counters. And it looks like based on the broom, if they get a double on this, they'll be able to get a deuce here. So here's the on sheet D. Here's the hammer being thrown. Sweepers are on it. Needs to curl though. Looks like it's just wide, so it's going to miss any hit, and it's going to be a steal of 2 for Team Nist on sheet Delta. It's going up a 5-point lead now, 7-2 after 5 ends of play on sheet Delta. Really nice draw on sheet Bravo by Connor. I'm so paranoid. I've played with these people for years, and I'm so paranoid about names. I'm going to say somebody's name wrong. But that was a beautiful attempt on the draw. They're sitting 1-2 well buried, and Sahana being asked to peel the center guard. She hits it. If it curls enough with enough pace here, she might be able to get the raised double as well. Sweepers are on it. Weight's looking good. She's gonna get, nicely thrown. Gets a lot of motion going. 2 yellows are gone, and that yellow that's sticking around in the house is behind a corner guard. So nicely thrown and well managed by that entire team on the sweep. And Tanya asking Christy on her first Vice Rocks to just draw again, follow what Connor had just thrown. Shifting over to sheet Charlie, it looks like Graybeards are sitting 1 and 3 with their with the third shot rock. You can see probably at 90% from the hack. And Chris calling for probably going to end up being like a control hit double here. They do want to roll a little bit away from this if they execute it right. Weight's looking good. Already calling straight. Looks like it's going to snap and hit the guard. Needed to hang out on that line a little bit longer. There's an early curl on that one. So the question for Graybeards here, do they go for the hit or do they go for the guard? John Hale, if you watch this in the future, I read your mind. I knew what you're debating. I like the guard here. Guard is a good call. It'll force Team Sealy to have to deal with the yellow shot rock. So I like the guard here for on sheet Charlie. And on sheet Bravo, after an overthrow on the draw attempt by Team Mulvey, Sarah for Team Slinger being asked also to follow it down. Try to go for the draw, but if you have the backing that you can push it back. And this is a little heavy. They are sitting second shot, and Tanya asking Chrissy to do another draw. Top 4 is ideal here. Just try to tuck in behind the guards. Nicely thrown for Chrissy, well buried behind that guard. Sarah being asked for just a control weight heel. Want to get rid of that guard that's in the way, but beautifully thrown a draw for Team Mulvey to sit 1-2. And here on sheet Charlie, nicely thrown hit from Alex to now sit second shot. But it does leave you open enough that they can push that yellow through the opening and have Graybeard sit 1, 2, 3.
Line's good. Yes, the line. Hard line.
So on sheet Bravo, Tanya skip for Team Mulvey, getting ready to throw her first skip rocks with that hammer. And I believe this is probably just going to be top 12, top 8. Just draw right behind that high red guard. They can even be staggered here, which is really nice. So they're not fully buried behind it. And on sheet Charlie, John Hale throwing his first with Team Graybeards without hammer. Looks like the line here probably going to be control weight. It's hanging. The hit attempt here is hanging out. Needs to curl a little bit. And it just squeaks by their red rock. They hit their own. But they're still sitting shot rock. But Team Sealy has an opportunity to hit that out to sit 1-2. They they hit and roll, it'll probably force John Hale to either trade another hit, or draw behind. So Team Seeley already lined up, ready to go for the hit attempt here on Charlie. Just a controlled hit for Chris. And on sheet, Bravo, looks like Tanya just overthrew the draw a little bit, but they are sitting 1, 2, 3 with their shot rock well buried behind the guards. And I believe Dave here is probably going to, with this line, freeze onto it or just bump the yellow back a little bit. So Dave for Team Schlinger, getting ready to throw his first skips rocks with hammer here in the 5th end. An unfortunate over curl on sheet Charlie by Chris on his attempt to hit. Hits their own. However, it does actually it's a better positioning. It's a little bit more annoying for Team Graybeards to get out, because if their hit ever over curls, they run the red right into the yellow. I still think that the shot here, throw the same line that John Hale just threw here, because it didn't curl as much as they thought to just punch it through that gap. So another hit attempt here for John Hale on sheet Charlie. And on sheet Bravo, looks like it was just an overthrown draw. I think the question right now is, I wonder if somebody might have touched a rock. Tanya probably going to end up throwing the draw. I don't even hate the guard. If they actually full 12 here from Tanya, would be a great throw here. Nice throw on sheet Charlie by John Hale to sit 1, 2, 3. It does leave their shot rock wide open, so Chris will probably just throw control to nose hit for their single here. But well thrown end for Team Graybeards here in the 5th on sheet Charlie. And going to go check out what shenanigans are going on the sheet A and D stream chat room. Maybe if we hassle the commentator guy, he'll talk more about sheet A. Put the kids to bed kind of game on sheet A. Apparently, sheet A, D commentator chat room needs attention. Hello, sheet A, D friends in the chat room. What's going on? Are we having fun? Oh, on sheet B, the draw attempt was a bit light. However, I really like where they ended up here, because they just got rid of any type of raise on the red, and it's going to force Dave into another draw attempt. So I still like the result of that shot there. And on sheet Charlie, Chris Seeley throws a nice nose hit for them to get their single, and they'll be going into the 6th end with a 5-2 lead over the Graybeards. So the call here from Team Schlinger, get to the 4-foot. I don't think they're going to be able to get to it, so I think they said full 8 just to count them down. So this will be an attempt just to reduce the damage here to a single here, and giving Dave an opportunity to get to that draw lead he's had earlier. So here's our hammer throw being thrown on sheet Bravo of our A event finals. Both sweepers are on. It needs to curl, but again, they just need to be touching 8-foot if that was their goal. If they're full 8 for their single here, and it looks like they're going to get it. So nicely thrown draw there, well managed by their sweepers for a steal of 1 by Team Mulvey. There's some chatter from the sweepers, but everything's looking good. Yeah, so single for Team Mulvey. So after 5 ends of play on sheet Bravo, Team Mulvey has a 4-2 lead. And sheet Alpha is the only sheet right now that's still on their 5th end, and it looks like getting ready to throw the hammer on sheet Alpha. As requested, I should pay attention to this one, and it looks like it is Team Racusin is sitting shot and 3rd, 4th, and 5th. If they can nose the yellow or do something to get rid of that yellow that's in the back, they could get a mittful here. Sweepers are on it for curl, but it's just good try on that one. But it's going to be a single for Racusin. So they're going to have a 1-point lead going into the 6th end on sheet. And we are back from our commercial break here, starting the second rocks here on sheet Charlie. Not a guard in sight, but it looks like Team Graybeard is playing for the split here. Well thrown there, so nice little split there. It looks like we may be seeing a lot of, well, I was gonna say, it looks like we were gonna have a lot of trading hits here, but it looks like Team Sealy calling for a freeze attempt on the yellow that's sitting to the viewer's left-hand side. So I lied, the viewer's right-hand side from the overhead look. Sweepers are off it. They said it's back 4. Weight looks close here. They might end up bumping the yellow a little bit. But it has got a lot of curl here. Well thrown by Ken Clark for Team Sealy. And on sheet Bravo, on second rocks here, looks like we're going for the peel attempt here. I was told in the background that was a beautiful center guard thrown by Henrik. So at least, Henrik, if you're watching this, your mom said that you did a brilliant job on the center guard. Nice peel attempt there by Team Mulvey to open things up. Team Team Schlinger are sitting 1-2 with Hammer right now. Sahana being asked to draw behind the center guard, behind that center, the corner guard here, the yellow guard. Looks like it's curling a hair more than they expected. They might end up pushing that yellow up a bit. They definitely don't want to cross the nose of that. All right, so we have a stacked corner guard situation here, which should help them a little bit if they want to generate some offense. And it looks like it's going to be another peel here for Connor. If he hits it just right, there's going to be a double on the board here as well. Graybeard's on sheet. Charlie doing a great job playing this split house strategy. And Alex's first here is going to end up hitting that high yellow and rolling to the center line.
Normal.
Nice roll to get to the cluster. Oh. Alex has had some bangers this game. He had that triple that we saw in the second end, and a beautiful hit across the whole house to roll over behind the bundle there. So nice action there from Team Seeley's second on Sheep Charlie. On sheet Charlie. Sweepers are on it to make sure they can get a clean hit on that red that rolled over. It's looking close. From the top down, they might have it. Ah, well swept. Looks like Graybeards are sitting 1-2, possibly 3. Chris Seeley deciding to draw to that top yellow rather than hitting it. I like it. Shrink that scoring area. Make it hard to get rid of those yellows. And on sheet Bravo, Team Mulvey, Christy Belfontaine being asked to throw normal hit. If it curls just enough, they might cross the nose and flop behind their guards. Turning to curl now. Going. Nice scrub there to get some directional going. They got the hit and the flop. So even though it jammed, they did manage to get a beautiful roll behind. Nice shot there by Christie for Team Mulvey on Bravo. And on sheet Charlie, looks like the draw attempt was just a bit heavy. So it is definitely Graybeard sitting second, third, and fourth, but with a wide open hit attempt here. The question is, where do they want the roll? They want it to roll. They don't want it to be nose. Because if they nose it, it's going to be high enough where Chris can also hit a roll into the cluster. So ideally for Bruce Black here for Graybeards, he wants to hit and roll into the pile, try to beat Chris to that pile first. Good tap hit for Sarah on Team Schlanger. I don't know. They could probably see a sliver of the yellow behind the guards. So I think Tanya just happy to put a center guard up there. They are sitting shot rock as well. And I was wrong. It looks like they're going to go ahead and get rid of the red that's sitting in the back of the house. Tanya calling for a line sweep here. Make sure it doesn't over curl here. This sticks. Team Mulvey sitting 1-2 with their second shot, possibly their second shot well guarded. And Team Schlanger Gonna do a freeze draw right to that back 8-foot yellow. Shifting our attention over to sheet Charlie. Looks like we've got Graybeard sitting 1, 2, 3. And Chris Seeley throwing his first of skips rocks without hammer. Going for a possible double here. If he crosses the nose enough, he'll get both those yellows to move, but I think it's just a hair on the nose. He'll get one out, and we'll be sitting second shot. But now it lines up that double for Graybeards, but it looks like they're calling for a hit and roll. No, it should be the double here. I think they're calling for the double. They just want to make sure that the hit red rock should miss the yellow that's sitting on the other side of the house. So yeah. It looks like the draw attempt on sheet Bravo was short. So Team Mulvey sitting 1-2. However, that shot that's sitting in the Biden top 12, I mean, is probably going to be their problem rock to deal with, because that is definitely a promotable rock for Schlanger. So while Team Mulvey is deciding on Tanya's first here, going over to sheet Charlie, the double attempt here, trying to get some curl on that shot on the rock. Looks like they're also going to be nose as well. At least you can't trade doubles now. Chris throwing the double would end up just probably hitting their own red. So they can hit nose. They can also draw behind. So as Team Seeley is talking about Chris's last for the end, we'll shift over to sheet Bravo. Sweeper saying that it's a guard here. Sliding, possibly top 12. Needs to curl to get to the center line. Now they're calling it for straight. All right. Looks like once it found a curl spot on sheet Bravo, the weight just came down a lot there. So it does make the promote on the red that's biting 12 a little bit more difficult, but it's still all there. So question for Dave is, do they want to do just a tap promote, or do they want to hit it with some hit the red with some pace to probably get both those yellows out? And on sheet Charlie, Team Seeley on their last did an excellent job to get the two yellows out, and they're sitting second and third shot. So it looks like for Team Graybeards, it'll be a draw attempt for their two here. Needs to be touching 8 foot to get their two on the board. Sweepers are close here on Charlie just to make sure that they're getting to the top 8. Looks like it's decent weight. Sweepers need to carry it just a bit, though. It's going to drop a lot in weight once it crosses that center line, so the Sweepers need to keep going. Keep going, Sweepers. And just ends up being a guard here, so it'll just be a single for Graybeards. Down 2 after 6 ends of play. And a draw attempt here for Schlanger ends up over curling, promoting Team Mulvey's guard. So now it looks like Team Mulvey sitting 1, 2, 3. So the question for Tanya, do they draw behind it or do they put a guard up or guard the draw path? Personally, I am a fan of going for the draw, and if you're ever light, it'll be a guard. She just threw this path. She knows that there's going to be a spot where it comes down to weight once the curl starts. So ideal placement, in all honesty, is full 12. She doesn't need to be behind anything. If she's full 12, open, like exposed, the hit for Dave to get a bundle, like to get a multiple, won't be there. He'll have to draw further out into the weeds here. So we'll see what Tanya's going to throw here on sheet Bravo for her last on the 6th end here. Sweepers tentative at the start, but they're now pounding it, make sure that it's going to be top 12. Looks like it's going to be a guard, though. They want to keep it going, make it close. Yep. I think they just find a stiff line that's out there, so it probably felt like the weight was good up until halfway down the hog line, and then they started to find fresh pebble. And that has a tendency to reduce the speed of the rock pretty quickly, and I think they just got caught there. So looks like they're angling it. Looks like for Team Schlanger, they're going to work on tapping that red that's touching top 12. Just figuring out what all the misses are possible on this. So, but based on how the port is situated, I don't think you can throw draw weight at it. It's going to have to be normal. The question is going to be, the normal raise will have to hit that back yellow. It doesn't want to over curl. It's definitely a makeable shot here, especially for Dave. As somebody who's played with Dave in Cap League, this is definitely a shot he's capable of making. That is a very small looking port, though. Turn our attention to sheet alpha. Team Hare throwing their hammer right now, and they are going up looks like they're drawing up against 3, possibly 4 counters. So Team Hare just needs to get full 4-foot here. Looks like it's close. Weight looks decent. The device is coming out to help out. It just needs to be full 4 here, guys. It's coming out a lot. Oof. So it looks like it's going to be a steal of 4. Steal of 4 for Racusin. Going up to a 10-5 lead after 6 ends of play. So on sheet Bravo, Dave Schlanger throwing his hammer here. Looks like it's control weight, and it's already curling. Ooh, that was pinched out of his hand. It's over curling, so they just need to make sure it doesn't nose hit that yellow. If it noses that yellow, it'll drop in weight enough, it might promote it, so. Ooh. Vice needs to, oh. So that looks like it's a steal of 4 also on sheet Bravo, favoring Mulvey. So that's an 8-2 lead for Team Mulvey after 6 ends of play on Bravo. Sheet Bravo, our A event final. Winners of the A event will get the championship belt. We have a belt theme for our Thursday Open. So on sheet Charlie, B event will win a white belt of kind of goodness. Sheet A, the C event, they will win cruiserweight belt. And on sheet D, the D event will win a rope. Apparently, one of the juniors has the rope, and they can't find it. They're going to need to find it now because it looks like sheet D is over with a final score. I did not catch the final score, but it looks like it's handshakes favoring Team Nist with only 3 of 4 players on the ice. I still can't figure out where Tanner went. But congratulations to Team Nist for taking the D event win for Thursday Night Finals. Congratulations. Oh, hey, I found him. There he is. Has he been there the entire time? I found Tanner, everyone. Oh, I tried so hard to ignore him. Yes, that was a bad Waldo joke. I will not take it back. So in sheet Charlie right now, looks like we got just a center guard for Graybeards and looks like one in the house for Team Sealy. So looks like it's going to be a hit call for Graybeards. Control weight hit and roll behind their center guard. Take control of the top of the house would be ideal for Graybeards at this moment. Looking after Leeds Rocks here on sheet Bravo. Got a couple corner guards for Team Schlinger and a shot rock sitting top 12 off the center line for Team Mulvey. I believe the call was to tap up there, so it's going to be a T-line weight here. Cross the center line, just promote their yellow, tap theirs up a little bit more, closer to the T-line, and give themselves a guard. But it looks like the line is real wide here, possibly heavy as well. Needs to snap a bit. There's the curl. Are they going to get enough of it? So rather than a full promote, it just ends up splitting, but you do get their original shot rock behind a corner guard. So Team Mulvey sitting 1-2 with control of the center line here.
Just like back line. Back line.
And Dave calling for Sahana to throw a back line. Just going to try to split. They want to just hit their yellow, hit the yellow that's sitting top of the 12 foot and just roll behind the guard. Doesn't need, going for down weight hits are always nice here because that way if you keep some things in the back, it's more like your chances for a multiple are on the board. So don't need to overthrow everything all the time. So it looks like it ended up being like a T-line weight to it with a lot of, and it had a lot of curl at the end. So they did move the yellow a little bit, but just needed 6 more feet on that hit, on the kick, I mean. And from the warm room angle, it looks like Team Mulvey can see 99% of that red. So just throwing normal hit. If it just stays on the high side, they may get a favorable roll behind the yellow that's sitting in the top 12 still. That's exactly what they get. A nice hit, and it's going to roll a little further than ideal. It's going to be behind the corner guard, but gives Schlanger an opportunity to draw behind their corner guard. And speaking of drawing behind things, it looks like on sheet Charlie, Alex threw a beautiful just down weight hit to pass the center guard to push back the shot rock. So Team Sealy sitting 1-2 with only a lone center guard in play here. But from the warm room, looks like you could see about 3/4 of the red rock. So a nice little just exchange, another down weight hit for John Hale on his first. Definitely want to try to get a little bit of a roll behind that center guard. Looking over at sheet alpha, not a lot of guards in play. Team Hare would need some guards, but they are sitting shot rock right now, possibly second. I can't really tell from this angle, but it looks like Brandon's lining up just like a down weight hit to push out that red rock. They don't want to jumble everything too close to that center line because they will possibly give up a line for a double here, but getting rid of that red would be really great for them at the moment. Reapers are on it for line. They need to make sure it stays straight out there. Sweeper's off now, kind of like the line, I believe. He's curling nicely. Nice hit. Doesn't leave anything easy for the double, but Racusin can hit and flop just to try to shrink the scoring area on Team Hare. So it looks like a draw attempt on Charlie ended up splitting their guards. So Team Sealy sitting 1-2, and it looks like Chris is going to put a center guard, put it right there in the splitting the center line. Will prevent Graybeards from getting an easy 2 or an easy steal on this one. So on sheet Charlie, this will be Chris Sealy's first with hammer, already sitting 2. They can be full 12 if they want, but it needs to curl because it looks like it's on that yellow. They might be promoting that corner guard. Well, it's promoted to second shot, but their shot rock is, yep, they can see the shot rock as well. So ideal right now for John Hale without the hammer, hitting and then just like a downweight hit on the shot rock and roll behind their yellow guard would be great right now. One more rock in play for Team Hale would be ideal at the moment, as well as for Team Slinger right now, calling for the draw behind that center guard. Trying to get one red rock in because right now it's crowded with 4 yellows for Team Mulvey. Here's Sarah throwing her last on the 7th end. Weight looks close. Sweepers are on it. Line is good. They just want to make sure that they don't get caught on the weight. Just needs to curl a bit. Full 4 would be great behind that guard, but it's not curling. Just kisses the guard, ends up being second shot, and probably sees only half of it from the warm room. So they can't clean hit the red because if they do, they probably will end up jamming on the yellow. But it looks like they're trying to line it up. Yeah, I think if they throwing a down weight hit like hack weight would be ideal. I just don't know if the line is the correct line. But they've been paying attention to the ice better than I have, so I could very well be wrong. And this is a great line for like a hack weight hit here. So Christy and Tanya discussing the options they have here on this hit. And here we go on sheet Charlie. Looks like we're going to have hammer being thrown here by Team Sealy. They are sitting only the second shot, but if they get a hit on this yellow, they'll get their deuce. No, they're just going to one. I mean, yellow is sitting 1 and 2 here. Sorry. Needs to curl a lot more. And a miss on the hit gives a steal of 2 for Graybeards. Now we have our tie game sitting 5-5 going into the 8th end. Team Sealy has the hammer. So on sheet Bravo going to Tanya Mulvey, throwing her first for Team Mulvey. They are in Skips Rocks right now without the hammer. So some conversation between Tanya and her sweepers, just wanting to make sure they have an idea what the best course of action here is on the hit. Looks like it's normal weight. Needs to keep it on the high side. Cannot hit that guard. Calling for a line on the sweep. They'll get it. Nice pick out. However, you still give an opportunity for Slinger to get a skips deuce here. So the idea is going to be they can draw, and then if they ever are heavy on the draw, they can clip the yellow. So if Dave can get to full 4 buried behind a guard, it'll force Tanya to follow it down. If they can get half top 4, then that would be a really great shot here for Slinger to get their deuce. And shifting our attention over to sheet Alpha, Team Hare is looking like, from this angle, it looks like they're only sitting second shot here, not first. So if they just push that red back a little bit, they'll be able to get their deuce here. So they don't need to overkill it, because if you overthrow this, you run the risk of clipping a guard or even popping your own yellow out. So this line could just be like a nice downweight board hit just to push the red back to get your deuce. And on Bravo, we're going to have Dave Schlinger throwing his first Skips Rocks. They do have hammer here. Ideally top 4. Starting to curl a lot now. Sweepers on it to pass by the guard. Nicely swept and thrown there, but just overthrown. So sitting third shot right now. That was an excellent sweep not to clip that guard. Because if they would have clipped the guard, that would have probably dropped enough of the weight so that the bounce would cover up a easy hit on the yellow. So good sweep call by Sarah, and good sweep from Sahana to make sure that they did not touch that center guard on the way past. And it looks like we've got a final on sheet Alpha. I don't know if they got their single or their double, but they didn't have handshakes with a pretty commanding lead. It looks like Team Racusin wins the cruiserweight belt for the C event win for Thursday night finals. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and terminate the stream on the AD. Thanks for everybody on the AD stream for watching. We still have shenanigans going on sheet B and C stream. Please join us there. But thanks for watching tonight. Congratulations again to Team Racusin and Team Nist for their wins in the C event and D event of our Thursday night Open League at Potomac Curling Club.